Welcome to the best podcast on YouTube, the Unplug Podcast.
That weren't bad.
I'm getting progressively better.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool,
No,
cool.
we're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah, cool. But welcome, people.
Welcome.
Thank you again. You're joining us at episode number 8.
Mm-hmm.
We're still here,
Of course.
going very strong.
Very, very strong.
And as always, and we've been getting a lot of love and support from you guys. You guys are really appreciating the value that we're dropping on a lot of the episodes. So we thank you, we appreciate you, and we love you. But
Big announcement.
big announcement.
Big announcement. We are on the road to 100 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
So help your boys get to 100 subscribers.
100.
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
We are Unplug and we're here to stay.
Let's go. So straight into it. What's today about? Actually, before I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. You know?
Bro,
I'm
come on, man. Where's your manners, man?
Sorry.
A well-mannered young man. Where's your manners,
my
bro?
bad. How have you been, my bro?
I've been good.
Yeah?
Good.
Better than
Yeah.
last week, yeah?
No, 100%. I think I'm in a bit of a groove now, where I think a couple of episodes I spoke about being in a slump and just coming back from holiday and feeling like rubbish. I feel like I found a bit of the groove now. I'm back in the gym consistently.
Okay.
I'm building consistency again.
Yeah,
I'm working on discipline, which is one of the hardest things to work on. Like, I feel like I'm in a groove, man. I'm just waking up feeling very purposeful. Like, I'm on a mission now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's good, man.
That's
good,
how
good.
I feel, man.
No,
Talk to me, man. How you been, man?
Aye.
How you been?
I feel like I'm 2 for 2 this week. I feel like myself this week, from like a business and like standard operation, like things have been good. Been okay, like loads of exciting stuff, obviously, you know, in terms of, you know, working with some of our clients and whatnot. But I just feel like I've been overworking myself slightly, and I'm staying up a lot later than I need to. And because of that, I'm actually not being able to wake up early for success.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I put my hands up, you know. I talk a lot of time, but sometimes I'm human, guys. So unfortunately, I filmed myself this week. But, you know,
Quick question: when was your most recent? Just for the audience, remember we're all about transparency, honesty, integrity. Freeman, can you just tell everyone when was the last time?
This morning. Next question. Moving on similarly.
Hey.
But yeah, no, honestly, I know it was a bit of a struggle this morning, like pretty much like this week, in terms of just getting up. I've just you know, not hitting my 6 a.m.ers, you know. It's 8,
it happens, man.
My 8, so 8 a.m., 8:30, I've been getting up. So obviously a slower start to my week than I'd normally like to. I feel like I just need to pace myself and take a bit of my own advice. Just kind of calm down. I feel I'm getting a bit too excited at the end of this year. I'm just trying to rush everything in.
Yeah.
And I'm not following the plan. Obviously, again, we need to follow the plan. We need to make sure that we lock in and we focus. And like you said, we're on discipline. We're on
100%.
But yeah, no worries. Next week's to come.
Yeah. No, I like that. And I think for me, what's so good is that you recognize that within yourself. I think it always has to come from you. Like, I can keep saying to you, bro, you know, whatever. But it gets to the point where you finally think, actually, do you know what? I can see what's happening here, and I need to put a stop to it before it gets out of control.
Yeah, literally, it's going to spiral
and bro, and that was me literally like, I was saying to you, I was booking classes, not turning up to the point they were blocking me saying, wait, hang on. You've not turned up to quite a few classes now and you're stopping other people from booking. So I was just, it happens. But it's about always saying, just getting back on the bike, recognizing, and we go again, bro.
Okay, no, I like it. Also, just something I just want to talk about quickly.
Let's go.
Obviously, you guys probably have recognized a theme that happens every single episode. JP keeps on getting a haircut, fresh haircut, every single episode. And he's just making me look like I'm some peasant. Right? And I'm not appreciating, we need to keep some kind of, you know, balance, at least every upper episode, you know, so at least I can catch up with my thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But can I just say, you knew we was filming though. Yeah. So you had time, innit? You had time.
I know. We always just showing me off and that, making me look like number 2.
Man, it's all good, man.
Cool. But other than
we
that,
shine together, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Vicariously, I live through you, innit?
Well, there you go. There you go.
Other than that,
cool. All good. So today's episode, guys, is about choosing your circle wisely. It's a big one, very, very big one. Something that, kind of, you always hear when you're younger, you know, you like, be careful the friends you keep, you know, you are who you kind of hang around with, and just being around the right people. And I think you know, we've got people who we love and care about, but sometimes on the road to elevation, you sometimes have to kind of step away from certain things, certain environments, and sometimes certain people. So I think it's quite a good subject to touch on. We've all probably had friends who have, you know, made us probably do things that we probably shouldn't be doing and all types of stuff. So it's just about kind of picking, the circle wisely, man.
I think that's good. I think it's a really good hot topic, and I feel like, you know, as we go through it, there will definitely be a lot of value, I think, that we can pick out. But I think my first question straight to you is, obviously we always hear, you know, sort of be mindful of the friends you keep, and obviously, as we said, you know, sort of choosing your circle wisely. When did that kind of reality of choosing your circle wisely sort of hit home for you? Like, what was your epiphany moment?
I think the first moment that I probably experienced it was in secondary school. So obviously it was a big, for any like 11-year-old, it's a big transition, and moving from primary school to secondary school. And I feel like in primary school, I probably hang around with a few people who were like, we were known as a little gang in primary school. Like, that tells you something, right? And you think, I look back now, I think, gang. They called us the Black Coats gang because we all had black hoodies. Like, it's just a coincidence that we all wear hoodies, but now we're like this gang that wears black coats. Anyway, so I kind of had that reputation put on me. And then when I went to secondary school, I was in like the middle set. Class was all right. Middle set's kind of, you're all right. You're not the brightest, but you're all right. Yeah, you got potential.
Yeah, you're making through.
You got potential. So I got put in the middle class.
Yeah.
But I just didn't really click with anyone necessarily. I think there was 1 or 2 people we clicked with. But then I started hanging around with the upper class. Like, there was 7A was like, you might need some extra help. Like, B, you two. C, I was in C. Like, you got potential, this is what you can do. And then D and E was like, you couldn't get into E, so we'll put you into D type. So anyway, I started hanging around with the E boys, and I was like, they were very smart, very intelligent. They didn't have the reputation that my previous friends had in primary school. So it just felt different. Like, it felt like if you're not smart or intelligent, like, this is what this group's about, basically. So it kind of made me feel like, okay. And I kind of just hung with them, and it was all about, back then, you know, being smart was cool.
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
100%. Do you get me? Like, 100%. Being smart was cool. Like, that's not cool being a bad boy.
Yeah, no.
That's not cool getting kicked out of school. No. Whereas now I feel like probably kind of changed.
Maybe.
The bad boys are seen as the cool guys. Nah. Anyway, just started hanging around with them, and cut a long story short, we all done our GCSEs, and we all kind of just was on the same wavelength. And I came out of like 11 A to C's, and I think, because I was with that group, you just naturally, you want to be, you know, kind of elevate with your group, and you don't want to seem like you're not on stuff.
Yeah.
So it kind of pushed me like, right, I got to get good grades as well. Man can't be opening up that envelope and bare D's and E's. Like, hang on, John, you ain't cool like us.
Yeah.
So
okay.
A very, very long story, but it came to me as I was kind of, you know, thinking about it. But from then, just it's okay to be smart.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Do you know what I mean?
I definitely agree with you. I feel like, definitely when I was in school, like it was not cool to be dumb. I don't think so. Like, or like to sort of be antisocial. I feel like, it's like you'd always want to have your smarts about you. I think for me, in terms of when that, I've always been told, you know, when it's like sort of be mindful of who you keep and etc. And even always like teachers would often tell me as well, because actually I was deputy head boy in my secondary school.
Okay.
And it's a little tangent. No one will believe me, but I specifically went for deputy head boy because I still knew that I wanted to do some shenanigans.
But you knew you'd get away with it.
Yeah, I knew I'd get away with it.
You know what? And it's so true. I feel like you deputies do.
Literally.
Oh, I got a story about one of my friends. He was a deputy, and basically everybody did something and got suspended for it. And when he got caught, he never got suspended. It was like perks, you know.
Honestly, bro.
So if you're a kid watching this, try and be a deputy.
Honestly,
you can get away with stuff.
You get away with murder. Because as a head boy, that responsibility is too much.
Yeah.
You gotta be clean, you gotta be Gucci, you know, you gotta be the president. But if you're vice, it's calm. So like I had the best of both worlds. So that was with me, and I've always known so early on, even like teachers told me, like, you know, Freeman, like, got loads of potential, you're really smart, like, why are you always hanging around with and whatnot? But yeah, I've always kind of knew that. But I think where it sort of really hit home for me is I think when I got into work.
Okay.
when I got into work.
What
so
sort of ages?
18.
Okay.
So
you're an adult now.
Yeah, so like not like sort of like your part-time, so like full-time work, adult now. And then I started now rubbing shoulders with people who are, sort of 3 times my age, 4 times my age now.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And I've seen where they've gone. And they're telling me about what they used to be like at school and what they used to get up to and what they used to do in spare time and work experience at this firm and that firm. I used to work in the bank on the weekends and etc. I'm like, okay, so these are the type of people that you were fucking around with.
Yeah.
So always since I was from that age, I've always made an effort to always try to surround myself with people who are, leaps and bounds ahead of me or years ahead of me in terms of age.
So you can gain that kind of knowledge and experience.
So then from there, I kind of thought like, yeah, me being 18-year-olds hanging around with loads of other 18-year-olds, which is, again, there's nothing wrong with that because obviously they're your friends, you're your people. But like you said, to elevate and to get to that next step, it's going to be a struggle to kind of, to flock around with people who you're on your same level type thing.
Definitely. And I think ultimately you're in a circle, right? Naturally, whatever circle that is. And I feel like the minute you step out from your immediate circle and see what other circles are out there, like you naturally gonna grow because you've come out of your environment. It's like how you can only grow so much in your natural environment, right? Literally. And to really kind of grow, you have to go out and experience different things, so
you're 110%. And sometimes a lot of people are like, oh no, you need to kind of come up with the people that you started with and etc. But I'm always saying like venture out. Like even for me, like at college times, I probably say 90% of my friends went to like one particular college. But I went to other college, one because they had way better grades and it's 5 minutes from my house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I make up 5:45 for 5 years.
From there, literally, like,
I
want to lie in now.
You know what I mean? So like, don't be afraid to be the black sheep and to venture out, because you can always sort of go to another circle, take wherever you want to take, or take that information and bring it back home.
Of course, 100%.
Bring it back home, and then that's how you all sort of elevate together, type thing.
100%.
So I think like that's like one thing that for me, like I massively sort of was big on. But like in terms of people who aren't too cautious of choosing the circle wisely, like what do you think like some of like the disadvantages that you could probably get off the back of that?
In terms of what, not choosing your circle wisely, okay, in terms of like the negatives. Again, I think, generally in my experience, to elevate, you have to seek knowledge that's not available to you. So I think for me, if you've not got potential people saying to you about things that you can do to elevate and just being about positivity, then you're not around that energy. And I think a lot of it is to do with energy as well. I feel like within any circle, the knowledge is limited unless people are bringing knowledge back to the circle. And just in my experience, there's not a lot of people wanting to share knowledge and guys, have you tried this? And like, if you thought about that, I didn't really think I had that naturally in my natural circle. So for me, it just kind of ended up being the person who kind of goes out and tries to seek that knowledge and kind of bring it back. But I just feel like potentially sticking within their circle, you're limited to what you could possibly know and grow and aspire to naturally. Unless you've got people in your circle who kind of are where you want to be or doing things you might want to do, or just you see that they're growing in life. Like, how do you aspire to that?
Do you think it's hard? Why? Well, it probably is, because there's not a lot of people doing that. Why do you think like there's not a lot of people within like their home cliques of where there's like 3 to 5 guys and just girls, and just elevating together and just coming up together? Like, why don't people sort of stick together? Why can't people sort of adopt that sort of group learning mentality? Why is there always that sort of one black sheep that says, I've had enough fun, I want to venture off and see and do other things? Like, why do you not think more people want to collaborate together?
I think working collaboratively is basically, it can be quite difficult, because the minute now everyone's kind of, I guess, got equal say or whatever, everyone's got different opinions, everyone's got different ways that they see things. And sometimes someone might want to go in that direction and you don't want to go in that direction. You kind of get pulled apart. So I'm not against obviously working together. We work together on this. But I just think you should try and have some stuff that are your own. That whatever happens, I've got my own. I'm good. Do you know what I mean? And I think when you've got your own, you naturally are not as on whatever you're working on. Like me and your like you do your thing, I know I do mine. Whereas it could be a bit different if it was. I'm like, right, man's smashing over there, man. Yeah, shit, I need this to work. Like, oh my god, do you know what I mean? Having that would be crazy. Yeah, like let's partner up and let's make it happen, innit?
Yeah, no. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah, what about yourself? What do you think the negatives could be of not being? Yeah, in a sorry, I didn't put my silent. Sorry, guys.
No, it's cool. Same, I was trying to do. Put my phone on silent.
Yeah, no, I normally do, man, and I had it on there as well.
No.
Again. So, what do you think could be the negatives of not being in a good positive circle or the right circle?
I think it can do two things. I think being in a negative circle can have like a leech effect, where they're just sapping your energy, sapping your life force, sapping all that you're good for. Maybe like, I don't know, saying if you've come from like a good family, you've got a bit of money on you, and then you're not with people who are sort of wanting to make any money for themselves. They could literally just be sapping money off you, or Freeman John, take us here, buy this, drinks on you, bro. Money man, you know what I mean? That's sapping on you. You're not investing your money.
It's
they're not
leeching, man.
Do you see what I'm saying?
100%.
Or you're also sort of capping your potential as well, right? Because you could be in a circle where they're pushing you harder, right? They're motivating you. They're saying, all right, cool, let's all gym together, or let's all work out together, or let's learn a new language, or let's set up this business, or let's set up a podcast, or whatever.
Let's do something.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not enough of that.
Literally. So I think that's probably one of the negatives. Like, you're either being leeched on, or you're just being capped on your potential. You know?
So what would you say to the people who feel that that's something that they might want to do, but they wouldn't maybe want their circle to feel a way that like, you're trying to step out and do your own thing, and like you're not bringing us, or you're not kind of opening the door. Like, what would you say?
I think,
because that's a real thing.
No, it's true. But I think there's two things that you need to have in your mentality. The first thing is that, and you need to be, selfish in that aspect, right?
We spoke about that before.
Yeah, and we spoke about that in previous episodes as well. Like, we were all brought into this world independently of one another, right? And we will leave this world independently of one another, right? I'm not your dad and you're not my mum, right? So, no, like, being the honest truth, being the honest truth, right? So, like, I shouldn't need to grab you and pick you up to do things in X, Y, and Z. So, but that being said, I always like to give people the opportunity.
Yeah, same.
I'll be like, mandem, this is what I think we should do. This is what I think we should do. This is why I want to do what I want to do. And X, Y, and Z. Are you with me? Or not?
Why do you think that you're the person with that characteristics that always wants to do things
collaboratively? I've always kind of been like that. I don't often like venturing out by myself on a lot of things. I do have like solo bits and pieces that I do. But naturally, I'm a team player kind of person.
Okay, you're a team player.
I like to collab. You know what I mean? I always kind of like, I know you're a bit of a solopreneur. Or you are a solopreneur.
No, but do you know what? It wasn't always like that, bro.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Are you saying?
Bro. Nah, shout out to my ex-business partners, man. It's all love. Nah, man, it's not even that. No. But like, on a real, like, do you get me? You collab and you do your thing, and like sometimes a man wants to go in a different direction, and it happens.
Such as life.
Yeah, like, but it's funny because I was speaking to an ex-business partner the other day, and we was kind of just reminiscing on like the successes we had in the previous business and stuff like that. So even that, like, we was just saying, bro, like, even though we weren't mashing it, we was like 18, 19, we had so much fun. He said, bro, we had so much fun. Like, we used to run a clubbing magazine.
Oh, yeah, you said.
So we were in and out of clubs every night. Like, any latest premiere, we were there. Bullet Boy, when it came out, it was a long time ago with Ashley Waters. Shout out Ashley. Like, going to premieres. We went to the Mobos, had our own box. Like, we went to we were just reminiscing on, like, we had fun.
Yeah.
No mention of money.
Yeah.
There's a lesson in there.
Yeah, I suppose that's another topic, I suppose, right?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so, bro, so I digress slightly, but
to kind of answer your question in a nutshell, I feel like there's always one, right? There's always one or maybe even two in a group that's just sort of goes left, right? And I think I was just that person in my group, and I've always been that person in a lot of the groups that I've been in, where I've just seen that there's a potential for us to all utilize together, right? And if we can't utilize it together, I'll find someone else to utilize it with.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean? Like even when I
yeah.
started my first property business, I told a few people,
Okay.
let's do this together.
Yeah.
And you're still waiting to get back to me. Oh, I'm still waiting for you to get back to me. You know what I mean?
Boy, they're lost now.
You know what I'm saying? Look at me now.
I'm getting paper.
But you know what I mean? So, yeah, and such is life, right? You know, some people get left and some people come. But I feel like there's always one naturally. I think that's just sort of, you know, the evolution of things, you know, the natural ways of life, right? There's always just the one person that just wants to evolve and do better, and hopefully, you know, take the sort of the town with them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
no, that's a positive,
but
100%.
In terms of, obviously, we kind of talk about some of the disadvantages of not sort of choosing your circle wisely. What about the positives that come along with? I know we kind of alluded to a bit, but like sort of like
the positives of like
choosing
a circle wisely.
Yeah.
If I look back at some of the circles, and circles can evolve. Like, do you know what I mean? Like. Because you was with someone 20 years ago doesn't mean you need to be with them now or 10 years or 5. Do you know what I mean? Like, people wake up and want to do that and it's fine. It's absolutely fine. So, the positives are just, if you're in a circle of people who are driven and ambitious and things like that and want to better their life and you're in that circle, you're either going to up your level or feel like, shit, I need a new circle. Because you're going to be tired of this person pushing you and saying like, raw, let's evolve. Like, let's make our lives a bit better. Eventually, it will do one of two things. It will make you think, shit, I need to up my game. Or just go back to doing whatever you was doing.
Yeah, literally.
And you can't knock that person who wants to elevate and grow within your circle, right? So, yeah, I just found, in my experience, like, you're bringing in new knowledge, you're bringing in new experiences. There might be people that know things that you don't know, that you teach. Or they teach you rather. Or there might be things that they don't know that you know, and you teach them. So now you're uplifting each other.
Yeah.
Now you're like moving quicker. You know, so there are like, like being in the right circle, like even us kind of getting together, like the opportunities. You've brought me opportunities. I've brought you opportunities. I've learned from you. I know you've learned from me. I know you have. If you wait, we better turn these cameras off now. We better turn. But yeah, like just the right circles will have you kind of just wanting to do shit.
No, you're not. Literally.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you definitely have to come up or you get left behind. You know? So I definitely echo that a lot. No, I'm with you.
So yeah, your experience. What would you say? What would you say the advantages are? Of like being in the right circles, being in positive circles, just being in circles that are just positive to whatever, like that has more positivity to maybe a circle you're in at the moment.
I feel like when being in positive circles, you're working as a collective, right? If you ever see a bunch of people working out in the gym, like a lot of the time, all those people working together kind of look the same, right? So if you're in a group where there's a lot of successful people, you're more than likely going to be successful. If you're in a group with loads of healthy people, you're more than likely going to adopt a healthy lifestyle, right? So I just think you need to insert yourself into a group that you'd like to be a part of, and obviously show your worth, demonstrate your value, and you know, like this. What's the word? You know, there's all well and good sort of getting into room, but can you stay there?
Yeah, 100%.
You know
That's a whole other thing.
You know what I mean? So I think like it's definitely helped elevate different aspects of my life, whether it be my wealth or my health or my perspective onto things. And I feel like always people think like circles as well, like these group of like 10 people in a room. Like a circle can literally just be 2 people.
100%.
It takes 2 people to make a circle.
You have to hold hands to make, to make that circle.
You know what I mean? So like I feel like as well, like it doesn't need to be something big and something crazy. And like you said, circles develop as well.
Yeah, no, you add people to the circle. You also take away. But you add to the circle.
You know what I mean? So I think, that's where I feel, for me personally, like it's sort of evolved in the help of my perspective, on a lot of things.
And I also feel like when you are around the right person who is kind of striving, and it makes you want to be around that person more. Like I know me and you talk a lot. You come and check me at my house. We'll sit down and eat dinner. Like you naturally just want to be around someone who's positive. Literally. He's always got something good to say. So yeah, I thought I'd add that. I just feel like the right kind of positive energy around you just want to be around it because we live, like we always talk about, we live in a negative world, man.
Very negative world.
So if you can kind of like create a circle and it's just loads of driven, ambitious, positive people that have all got something good to say, that all got a clean heart, that all want to see you win, all want to see you grow, you all want to make money, you even talk about how to possibly work together, collaborate. There's no better circle than that.
No, literally, man. No, literally.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I completely agree with you. And I think that even just like a slight tangent, but I think that's why even like simple things like co-working spaces were made. Like a space where all people just working. Like if you go to a working space, like it's all quiet, but like just the energy and the vibe that you get of just people collaboratively working on their own endeavors, you know, it's just such a progressive mindset.
And you never know who you're going to meet.
Literally.
I've been sat in the gym with you and you started speaking to like a portfolio landlord. All of a sudden, like now there's a potential to take on a whole portfolio. It could change your life.
Literally.
Coming out of your circle and speaking to people you don't know.
Honestly.
But we can talk about the juice and the sauce and
always,
the steps.
Always. But as always, guys, on this pod, we're all about practical steps, right?
Indeed.
So 1, 2, 3, starting with number 1. What do you think is the first step someone can take into choosing their circle wisely?
I think over time we've naturally evolved our circles. So I would say firstly, step number 1 is look at maybe why you left your previous circle, right? So anyone will have a circle initially, it grows, some people go, whatever. You let circles go. Step number 1, ask yourself, like, why did you leave that circle and what are you maybe looking for your next circle? Do you know what I mean? Like, what type of people do you want to be around and why? And again, I sound like a broken tape recorder again, but I feel like it starts with what you, like, knowing what you want from life. Do you know what I mean? If you know you want to be successful, trying to be around successful people or, like, try and learn from successful people. So, yeah, just naturally, step 1, think about the circle that you left and why, and kind of what are you looking for from your next set of people that you want to be around with to go to the next level.
No, I'm with you. I think also as well, my step 1 would definitely be identify your current circle that you're in, whether it be leaving it, growing it, elevating it, or like I said, speaking. I always say, like, you know, guys, gals, this is what I think we should be doing. I think, you know, we're always eating out, always getting takeaways. I think we should just go on jogs every Sunday or whatever. You know what I mean? Let's just do something together.
Let's do something different.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think identify and look at your current circle. What you guys are doing as a collective. Are you guys sapping from each other negatively? Or is anyone sort of pushing either one of you positively? And then maybe if it's just not you, just go into another circle. Maybe try to take, you know, the best few that are trying to also do something, but, you know, the rest of the group are bringing you guys down, and try and find something else, or create your own circle, your own sort of mini circle, and click together.
Yeah,
right.
No,
and
makes
then sort
sense.
of expand and grow it from there. I think that'll be my step 1. Sort of look at your immediate circle, and see whether it's taken from you or adding to you.
Cool. I like that. Step number 2, I think for me, it would be kind of, get in environments where you're going to meet people who are maybe into what you do. Like, I know on things like Facebook, there's groups of people who have similar interests to you. Do you know what I mean? So, like, really, kind of push the boat out and try and, you know, network, one could say. Like, network with other, you know, groups of people, go to events, you know, join a group. Me and you bloody met on Facebook.
Literally.
Do you know what I mean? Like, me and this guy actually met on Facebook. He tried to sell me a dodgy. We literally met each other on Facebook. And look.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Like, a year later, we're together on a podcast.
That's crazy.
It's at my house every day.
Rent free.
Exactly. So, that's like literally like the power of, you know, networking.
Literally.
So that'll be my step 3, probably networking.
Step 3?
Sorry, step 2. Getting ahead of my simultaneously. I'm learning from you, like step 2 to 3. But now my step 2.
Yeah, cool. I think also for me as well, and I mentioned this on another podcast, there's literally a bus that would take you from Surrey to South London. So venture out, you know, broaden your horizon, like experience different cultures, different peoples, and like, network essentially. Like, you know, I think I'm definitely with you on that. Like, you're not gonna know what's out there unless you venture out, right? Unless, you know, if all you know is fish and chips, And you don't want to eat fish and chips. That's all
That's
you're
it.
going to know.
You know what I mean?
You might need a little vindaloo or a goat curry.
Goat curry goat. I got to educate this guy on
Nigerian, you know what I mean?
Jamaican food, man. Curry goat, man.
Same difference, man. But you know what I mean? Like, you need to venture out a bit.
No,
you know
100%. No, you have to. It's like being in a neighborhood. You can stay in your whole, your neighborhood for your whole life, or venture out.
Yeah, get out of the hood.
Get out of the hood.
You know what I mean?
Go to another country.
Literally.
Go meet some people. Like, you never know who you're gonna meet.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of step out, meet a new set of people, and kind of just,
Honestly, and it doesn't even need to be expensive. We're talking about flying out and that, but like you said, we met on Facebook. That doesn't cost nothing. You know
Absolutely
what I mean? There's
free.
hundreds, thousands of probably Facebook groups, like over like the biggest platform in the world, right? So again, social media, that's a hot currency right now. That's a hot topic right now. So you use that, like join like a writing group. There's reading groups on Facebook. You read that virtually. You know what I mean? So like just do whatever. You know?
Yeah. So I'm gonna get a little bit deep because I know, people have said, guys, man, I still feel like you're still not getting a bit deeper, man.
For now.
Obviously, so the people have
I don't
asked,
know why I'm so
the people
scared,
no, don't be scared, man. It's all good. Now we're talking about like circles. Like me and you have obviously met each other and we've clicked. And obviously we've clicked for a reason. So in your opinion, what would you, and obviously I'm going to give my opinion around kind of why we bounce, because obviously you meet people all the time, right?
100.
And sometimes you just bounce off them.
Yeah.
Like, I met you, all right, cool. You never see them again.
Yeah.
You might take their number. You ain't calling them. But I think when we met, it was kind of like, okay. Like I nudged him. He kind of nudged me back. Like, okay. He's kind of firm still. All right, cool. He can hold his own. I'm like, yeah. You know what I mean? So what do you think has allowed us to kind of stay? I know I've gone on a tangent a little bit. We're going to come back to step 3, but this is juicy here.
Yeah, no, of course.
So
what allowed us to click? What do I think made us click? Okay, so obviously for context, I was trying to sell JP something. He didn't buy it, annoyingly. I'm still trying to get him to buy it. But I was trying
Never buying it.
So obviously I've come in with this relationship as a fairly transactional, right? As in, he's seeking something and providing something, quick supply and demand. Obviously he didn't buy it, but he did something that a lot of, my standard clients didn't do, and sort of...
He's calling me a client. Before I've even spent money, he's calling me a client. Wishful thinking and that.
Yeah, trying to manifest it. He did something that a lot of my clients don't often do, and asked about me. And you showed an interest into me, so like, how my business was doing, how my business was performing. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah,
bit different.
Yeah, it's nice.
Step 3, be different.
You know what I mean?
Step 3.
So I was like, oh, right, you asked a bit about me. And we just got chatting, and then again, started sending voice notes. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, cool. Like, okay, it's getting a bit more personable. So started sending voice notes, and he's like, and I was like, I think either I said or you said, let's link up. I was like, flipping out, like, and he's local. You know what I mean?
I think that was when you told me he was local. I thought man's local, we can link up and there's a little chat and that.
So we linked up. I think, I don't know, what was it? David Lloyd or your? I think it was like your.
Nah, see, I'm so welcome. I invited you to my house, bro.
Imagine that. I could have been a cereal.
We met in the communal area. The shared working space. Don't try it.
CCTV. So we met in the shared space, and we just wrapped it up, and I think we just clicked quite instantaneously. I feel like we're very sort of warm people, naturally. I feel like we're very sort of friendly and giving, and we're kind of like nearly like just sort of transparent from the top in terms of like how you were finding your business, how I was finding my business, sort of my pain points, your bottlenecks, and we're very sort of like transferring of information like very, very quick from the jump. And I feel like I sort of left that situation like, okay, no, this is a guy that I think I want to be in a circle with. You know what I mean? I think this is a guy that I sort of want in my life that I think will definitely add value, and hope that I can also add value to him as well, right? In any sort of form and capacity.
Do you hear that, guys? He wasn't just trying to take value. He felt like he wanted to add value. Exactly. No, these are important things. Honestly. That people need to know. When you're meeting people who you feel like, yeah, I'd like that person to be around or in my life, that's okay. But something's got to be a bit reciprocal. Like 100%. it might be different things. So what I might need from you is completely different from what you might need from me. So just wanted to throw that in there. That's important.
What were you?
Where do I start? I think just your energy. Like a lot of people just go through their day to day. How you doing? Like you had energy and spark, bro. We're getting like emotional and that. You had energy and spark, and I like that because I felt like I felt like I'd met someone who was like me, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like a younger version, but like you just, you're driven, you're ambitious, like, and then when I found out obviously he was a lot younger than me, it impressed me, bro. I was just, this guy knows where he wants to go, and I felt like as well, exactly what you said. I did feel that I could learn from you. Like I just felt like having the conversations that we had, it was like, raw, he knows his stuff. Get me? Like, be around people who know stuff you don't know.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Do you know what I mean? And I felt like, I felt obviously in being around you naturally, if you're around somebody and you feel that that person is, you know, driven, ambitious, and you feel like you can add to that, naturally you're gonna connect.
Honestly, yeah, literally, and then and then from there, and I'm just smiling to myself because it's coming back to me as well. Like, show the back. We started doing masterminds, guys.
Oh,
do you remember?
Yeah.
We started like every Tuesday or Wednesday. We sit down for an hour and just talk about like what's happened in your life. Basically, we did the podcast before the podcast.
Yeah. Step three mastermind. I'm taking a mastermind.
You know what I mean? Like we just sat together like, cool, what's happening in your life? How's your business doing? Here's what's working for me. I don't know if this might work for you. And we're just collaborating from the jump, and like the value was just there. And before we knew it, like that was just our click, and that was a circle. Yeah. And then from there, obviously, JP was kind enough to invite me to his home, had a bit of dinner, and then we started training together, started going gym together, and then now we're here. And
now we're here with bloody podcast. So it just goes to show, like, kind of venturing out and meeting people. Literally, like you never know what could come of it, you know. So there's a lot of step threes in there, you know.
I know
you take one, I'll take one. I like the mastermind at the end, like that was powerful.
I think my step three, the one I'm gonna take is looking when you now find the group that you want to be a part of, that you want to create. Look into the value that you want to receive and the value that you can also potentially add as well.
I like that.
So I think that's one that's
strong.
I think that I'll take on.
Cool. I like them. I'm taking the mastermind one. I think the minute we met up and shared problems, and not only just shared problems, we came up with solutions. Do you get me? If I didn't know the answer, you know the answer. If you knew the answer, I didn't know the answer. Or we'd find out together what the answer is. And obviously in business, as you know, at the time, I think our business was fairly new, you're going to have problems. But it's so nice to speak to someone who's got similar problems that you can kind of work it out together. How many times we sat down, bro, that situation over there, and you're like, I know, that's me. And then we come up with a solution. Literally. We always find a way. So the mastermind, the step three is when you meet people who are kind of, you know, aspiring like yourself or just wanting better for their life, try and meet with them regularly. You know, have discussions and stuff like that. Bruv, that's what we did.
Yeah, that's a good one, guys, that he just gave you if you didn't clock that. Maintain that relationship, because it's very easy to like meet up, hi, bye, yes.
And never see them again,
but you need to like a plant, you got to water that relationship. You got to maintain it. You got to make sure it grows and it's healthy. And just maintain like a friendly relationship. Like try to make like, even with like I always say my clients, my landlords, like we're all very, very friendly. Anytime I go away on holidays, my landlord say, okay, like where are you going to now? You know, what are you doing now?
They love you, man.
You know what I mean? So like, it's like develop a friendly relationship, and that's how I think things stay healthy. And I'm not saying like, obviously like we pretty much talk every day and see each other every day, but I'm not saying like it has to be like to that
that intense.
That extent,
Prophet, really, it's kind of intense. It happens so quickly, bro.
Honestly, but like even if like, you know, like it could be like a friend that you've not seen in so long, but like even if you meet every call, like it's always love, right? You know, because you might not have you might not have the luxury of being like so close, like where we're literally only like half an hour away. Like, you know, I know people where they're like the pen pal or their circles like in South Africa and then in the States. You know what I mean? And they meet up annually. You know what I mean? So like you might not have that luxury. So like, you know, make sure you maintain it and you nurture it as well. So that's a little bonus.
Oh, see, now I got to throw in a bonus now. I think one thing that I'm trying to work on and do is there are people out there who naturally have love for. When you can, try and pull them in the circle as well. Like there's a few people I'm trying to do that with now. Like I see you, I love you. Don't worry, I got you. But you're gonna have to work hard.
100.
You're gonna have to work hard because I
like that, man.
I
like that one. I like that one.
Cool.
Like
so this part of the I was about to say show then. Not yet. The show's coming.
You spoiled it, man. Edit that.
edit that. Yeah, this part of the episode is what we call plug bites. So this is where we pull out something inspirational,
Let's go.
motivational, something that made you stop and think, wow, okay. Or even send it to somebody.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just like to share something that kind of touched Freeman this week, something that touched me, talk about why it touched us, and kind of just, leave you on that positive note.
Cool. Let me show you what my one is. Cool. So, I've been getting into my reading bag as of recent. I've been reading Atomic Habits by James Clear. And my quote is from a chapter that I've been reading in this book. And he said, the most practical way to change who you are is to change what you do. Right? And this one resonated with me, and especially in line with today's...
Love that.
This one resonated with me, especially in line with today's episode title, is because obviously we're all talking about choosing your circle. But obviously we're emphasizing on choosing your circle wisely.
Yes.
Right? And for me to be able to choose my circle wisely, I need to change what I am doing. So what am I currently doing to a point where my immediate circle isn't deriving any sort of benefit or value to me, right? And I'm not even giving anything either from them. So I need to change what I'm doing, as in I need to change my environment.
Change my routine,
change
my schedule, where I go,
where I eat.
All of that stuff.
All of that good stuff.
What gym I go to.
You know what I mean? Or whatever it may be. So you need to change what you do to change who you are, right? So I think that one really sort of resonated and hit for me. So yeah, that's James Clear.
Nice. I like that. James Clear, bad boy.
Serious.
Atomic Habits, man. Definitely. Another one of those books, Atomic Habits, if you haven't read it. That's the book where you got the concept 1% better every day.
Yeah.
Bad boy book. So the one that I found today goes, this one's short and sweet. I normally like my long ones, but this one's short and sweet. It says, I have successfully reduced my circle to only those who are true and real. Blessings and life is good.
Who's that by?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah, it was unknown. I have successfully reduced my circle to only those who are true and real. Blessings and life is good.
I like that one. What kind of hit? What hits home?
Yeah, if I bring it back, it's like when I was young, I always felt that, I wanted to be cool, and it was nice to have like loads of friends, and you know, all my friends love me, I was naive. I was young. When you have big circles, there's gonna be people in that circle for whatever reason that really, they don't really like you, but they're in your circle.
Yeah.
Do you get me? But then over time, you start to see, and them kind of people kind of fade out. And I just feel like, for me, I feel like right now I've got a good circle of people around me. It feels right. They feel like good people. Like I know that the things that I would do for them, they will do back. And it's very hard to find a circle of people who you will do for them and they will do it back. Literally, and I feel like right now, the people in my circle, I know they're good people, man. They got my back. Because I know what it's like to have people in a circle who don't have your back.
Yeah, no, literally. So, and I suppose the only way to kind of be able to monetize to have a small circle, right? Yeah.
Don't need to be big.
Doesn't need to be big.
Don't need to be big, man. So
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
On that note, I like that episode.
That was really good.
It was a good one. It was a good one.
That's it.
So guys,
hold on.
Oh shit.
I've got something.
Okay.
Pause.
Oh wow.
Pause. Sorry, guys. Cool, guys. So I've got a little something. Technically a little something, right? So let's see, we've got to hide out the address. No, I've got a couple stalkers.
By the way, I didn't know he was going to do this. I'm like, what are you doing, bro?
So obviously, guys, I'm all about investing in my future, right? And JP's got a bit of talent in him.
Okay, here we go.
He's got a bit of talent in him, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I'm Nigerian, so I'm always trying to get my thing. So basically, I've got a little something.
Oh, nice.
For the little one.
Okay.
Some little fresh kicks.
Okay.
Obviously, show the people, because obviously I know he's a.
Can we show this? This is like, I don't want like Nike coming trying to sue me and that. Let me put these away. Anyway, guys, they are lovely red pairs of J's. Copywriting. Thank you, bro.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate the love. No, that's nice of you, man.
No,
thank you.
No, he's not.
I love that.
No, he's not. Anytime, bro. You know what I mean?
See, the positives of being in the right circle. None of my circle was buying my kids jewelry. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking.
But yeah.
No, I love it. Appreciate that, man.
Fun,
But yeah, guys, so I was saying, we are on the road to 100 subscribers. Get us there. Like, share, subscribe.
Love. Please elevate.